Nearly 1,000 years ago, the Western world was enthralled by tales of Islamic terrorism, espionage, sabotage, and assassination. It was believed that religious fanatics, devotees of a mysterious Islamic leader who lived in an impregnable mountain fortress, had ordered his men to infiltrate enemy cities and assassinate their leaders, Christian and Muslim alike. There was no defense against this secret network of killers. They could show up at any time, anywhere, to carry out their murderous agenda. Even worse, they were not afraid to die and would gladly undertake suicide missions where their chance of survival was nil. This organization came to be known as the Hashishiyah, an Arabic word that means hashish eaters. It was from this word that the European languages derived their word assassin, demonstrating a conscious equivalence between this obscure, to the West, religious sect, drugs, and the practice of political murder. That's from The Roots of Terrorism in Peter Levenda's book, Sinister Forces, A Grimoire of American Political Witchcraft, Book 2, A Warm Gun. This is published by Trine Day Publishing, and I want to remind everybody that on Friday, from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on my Blog Talk Radio show, I'm going to have Chris Milligan on my BTR show. He is the publisher at Trine Day. He established the publishing company of Trine Day, and he is an expert on skull and bones, secret societies, and CIA drug running. So please join me on BTR Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and the link is in the info box. What's going on now? Well, Egypt continues to boil as the army has said that they will not take any action against the protesters. And as is widely known, the army is extremely popular in Egypt while the police are pretty much hated because they're the ones that do all the dirty work. So what is going to happen in Egypt, I don't know. But it seems as though what is going on there is traveling, because now we are seeing uprisings in Jordan and in other areas as well, especially also in Southeast Asia. And I believe that part of what is going on is that there is this sort of effort on the part of the powers that be to try to blame this on economic conditions and say that this is legitimate citizen uprising. Now, many people have commented on my last video about how the citizens are uprising and they are trying to find a better life. They are trying to go against despotic, tyrannical regimes. Now, if it is the case that these are real, actual revolutions by real people who are determined to have free lives, free of tyrannical leaders, then I am all for it, and I hope they succeed. And I hope they're able to do it without too much bloodshed. But the fact remains that a balkanization and a breakup and destabilization of the entire Middle East and everything around the former Soviet Union and now Russia is exactly what Brzezinski wants, has always wanted, because he hates Russia. And because he controls Obama Sotoro like a fucking puppet, he is going to get what he wants when it comes to foreign policy in all of these areas. This is why we have seen failed color revolutions, which definitely have the hand of foreign intelligence agencies in them. I would like to see people free of despotic leaders. But I do not want them to be freed of despotic leaders, to be put under the auspices of Dominic Strauss-Kahn at the International Monetary Fund or the World fucking Bank. Because you know who the worst tyrannical leaders are? The fucking moneyed elites. That's who the worst ones are. No, they may not take you to a fucking camp where they terrorize you and torture you and maybe even kill you. They just make your life a living fucking hell and a misery. Every country that they go into. And if that's what's poised in Egypt and Jordan and all of these other countries, then maybe they're better off with fucking Mubarak if they can keep these fuckers out of there. Because all they'll do is see that millions fucking suffer with massive fucking austerity programs to let people fucking die as their entire country is sold out from under them to private companies. No doubt many of them giant multinationals. And you have Dominic Strauss-Kahn talking about this rising level of protests among the people. And it's because of joblessness and the economy. Well, motherfucker, if it is joblessness in the motherfucking economy, why don't you fucking do something about it? Like alleviate the fucking debt burden that you have on countries around the fucking world. You piece of fucking shit! No, no, no. You can't have that because that affects your bottom line. You fucker! Yeah, no debt relief. More loans. And more privatization. So that all of these countries end up nothing but corporate satraps. In thrall to the World Bank and the IMF. With privately run public services. And people dying in the streets. Joblessness continuing to rise. And what of the United States? There's a lot of rhetoric about job creation here, but I see absolutely nothing being done. Nothing. The only thing you're likely to see in this country is exactly what you're seeing around the world, and that is a rise in unrest and protest. I hope it remains non-violent here, but nothing can be assured. And when you have entrenched political parties and political leaders who are in the pockets of cocksuckers like Dominic Strauss-Kahn and CEOs of big corporations and Goldman Sachs and other banks and financial institutions who absolutely and utterly refuse to accept the fact that you need to address serious social fucking issues. Not caring because their wallets are fucking fat, their gas tank is fucking full, and their refrigerator is full of fucking caviar. And like Marie Antoinette didn't say, let them eat cake, is their attitude. As long as that continues, there is an ever-increasing danger of the same kind of protests coming here. But don't do it without a fucking plan. Have an idea of what you want. We don't just want the ouster of something or the negation of something. We want to put something good in its place. Have a plan for what you want if you plan on protesting. And I appeal to people in Egypt and Jordan and elsewhere. If you really are rising up against this tyrannical regime, have a plan for what you want. Rather than just a negation. Rather than just getting Mubarak out of there, how about a reordering of your society? How about rebuilding Egypt? How about a greater Egypt? How about a greater hand in your government? How about ousting the fucking World Bank and the IMF and telling all these fuckers we're not going to give you any goddamn money? Fuck you! And as far as your banks go, take them and shove them up your fucking ass! How about that? How about developing your own internal country? How about your own infrastructure? How about social programs to help your people? How about job creation inside your own country? And tell these international cocksuckers to go fucking pound salt. Have a plan, not just a negation. And I appeal to everybody in the United States, have a plan for what you want in place of what you want to get rid of. Please. Because nature abhors a vacuum. And when you create one, there are vultures and fucking buzzards ready to swoop in. Like Dominic Strauss motherfucker. Thank you. Good day.